Hello everyone, my name is Manmeet, one of the Zenler educators. You might have heard that we are coming up with our first virtual summit focusing on the live aspect of the coaching industry. And today I have with me a keynote speaker, Jim, who is going to be speaking at 1:15 p.m. BST, and he is discussing a very interesting topic, teaching investing through interactive webinars. And when it's about money, all of us are interested, aren't we? How are you, Jim?
I'm very well, Mamit. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. So I'm working at the Investor Gym for the last year or two. I've been doing it via Zenler now for almost a year. And the best thing about it is the interactive abilities that you get from Zenler, where you can deliver your content live if necessary, recorded otherwise, and you can get an instant reaction with your audience and they can get their questions answered immediately. That's really one of the better parts about it.
That's amazing. In Zenler, we try to focus more on the live aspect because we do understand when the audience is live with us, they are able to have that one-on-one conversation, ask that questions real time. So you did mention that, you have been doing this for a long time. I would also like to ask you that how long have you been doing this particular thing with Zenler? How long have you been associated with Zenler?
Well, I joined Zenler originally in November, I think November last year, so about 10 months now, maybe 11 at this stage. And I've been doing investing a lot longer than that. And I was messing around with WordPress websites and it was difficult. It was very difficult to do, trying to do a blog. And if you wanted to upload a video, you had to have a YouTube channel. And Zenler was the all-in-one package. It was exactly the package I needed, basically. So yeah, to answer your question, about 10 months now.
Thank you so much. We do focus on the fact that, our users try to get everything in one place so that they do not get overwhelmed with different tools. And of course, every tool has a cost attached to it. So if everything is in one place, their business will become much smoother. So we do try to focus on that. And when you talk about the live aspect, in general, how has the live interactions helped you in the investing or the coaching that you're doing with your users and students?
I think it's peace of mind really for the student. That's really where it tends to come through. They never leave with questions unanswered. That's the best thing about it. I can stay as long as I need to stay to get their questions answered and get them over the line with whatever the issue is they're having at the time. I'm not saying everybody purchases. I'm not saying everybody gets or becomes a master of Wall Street or anything like that, but they, at least when they walk away from the class, they know what I said I was going to teach them. And they know that much. I mean, I don't offer the all-in-one investing package by any means, but a basic introduction for beginners, and then I can help them get past all their fears. Yeah, that predominantly is the best part about it.
I think this is a really amazing thing that you just mentioned, that whichever student gets on that particular session, whether it be free or paid, they do not leave with any unanswered question. And I think that is one of the biggest achievements as a coach, because if you're able to help your students and answer their questions, our job is done as a coach, right? Sure. So I think that's one of the best things that you shared with us. And if you have to listen and learn from Jim, you have to go register on Zenler Live Summit.newzenler.com, because Jim is not going to be spilling all the beans here. But we would do like to understand a little sneak peek into what you would be covering on the day of the summit.
Well, on the day of the summit, I'm going to go on the fear subject, because fear is all you get today in the headlines. Everybody is terrified about stock markets. The economies are going down. Inflation's going up. It's like a horror movie at the moment. If you look at the news, I don't even watch it anymore because it's just people, they're screaming from the rooftops about how terrible everything is. It's really not that bad. It can be. For some people, it is for sure. But I think if you're in this game and you're in this business, you're already selling to people. You can see the impact it's having on those people. And it is a little bit harder, a little bit tougher to get over the line sometimes, but it's certainly not Armageddon, not yet. And I'm going to address some of those fears and how stock market investing is a lot simpler than you think. to wrap it.
Absolutely. And I think as soon as the moment, you said that you're going to address fears, though I have some contact with the Indian stock market, so I do know what it could be. But I also feel it could be around the lines of people having this common notion about, is it safe to, invest or trade in the stock market? I think that is going to start around those lines, if I'm correct.
Well, you're absolutely correct, but I just need to point out immediately that investing and trading are completely different things. I don't teach trading. Trading is very difficult to do. You need to be right twice with trading. With investing, you only need to be right once. With investing, you do the research on a company, and if you're correct, it will be a good investment and it will grow. With trading, you have to do the research, get in at the right time first, and then get out at the right time later. So it's twice as hard. Just by straight away, it's twice as hard. Trading is very, very difficult to do. I would not recommend it to anybody. But investing, on the other hand, is much simpler if you believe in a company and you think they're going to be around in 20 years. There's obviously a bit more to it than that, but it really does boil down to that sort of simple approach. And when you get your head around some of those fallacies false beliefs we have about stock market investing and how dangerous it is, it's again a lot simpler than you think. A lot simpler.
Absolutely. I think a very important question would be that, we do know and we do see you in so many Zenler live events, from Zen Zone to Zen Chat, but I'm sure a lot of users would want to know that, like, how do you reach the place that you're doing right now? Like, how did you become Investor Jim?
Oh, well, that's interesting. I first started learning about stock markets in 2014. And as I was making some progress, the more I got into it, the more I started to talk about it. And my friends were sick listening to me talking about how they need to get looking at this and they should be doing something with it. And over time, some of them started to listen to me, and then they started asking more questions. And I converted some really serious skeptics about how the stock market was all fixed for the rich and all this rubbish. And yes, the rich most of them are there, but the stock market is not there because of the rich. The people are rich because of the stock market is a better way of putting it. The ones that understood it anyway. So yeah, I started learning about it in 2014, and then I started teaching it around about 2017, just one-on-one with friends, family, not really getting paid for it, just helping them get set up and get into it and showing them what to read and what not to read and little things like that. And then in 2019, I thought I need to start making some money with this. I would enjoy my job so much if I could do this for a living and teach people what I'm doing. So I started another website. I won't tell you the name. It's it's gone now. Basically, it's burned out at this stage. But I started that on WordPress, and it was very, very hard work. I just found it very hard work. So in the end, then I found Zenler. I knew I needed an LMS, a learning management software of some sort. But when I saw the combined package you get with Zenler, New Zenler at the time, I had to jump in. And I have not looked back since. It just gets more developed and the things get more professional. The whole thing, it's just across the board. It's much, much better than what I was doing with WordPress, with a lot less know-how. You don't need to know. It's just click, the instruction videos you get from tutorials.newzenler are just, it's ABC for the most tech ignorant people that are out there. If you're allergic to technology, you'll still find Zenler easy to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being one of our founding members and sharing your experience with the knowledge that you have and what you are going to, help talk about on the day of the summit. And like it is said, the best coaches, when you've walked that path, when you have walked the journey, it is the best experience. And I'm sure that all the people who are listening to you and will be ready to listen to your talk will have a lot of information and knowledge taking their way on the day of the summit.
I hope so.
Oh, yes, definitely. And I'm one of them. I'm eagerly waiting for your talk.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. All of you who are listening to us right now, if you have to learn from Jim, you have to attend the talk and you have to register on zenlerlivesummit.newzenler.com, and Jim will be speaking on 1:15 p.m. PST. Thank you so much, Jim. It was really nice talking to you. See you on the day of the summit.
Thanks, Mamit. I'll see you then. Bye.